Hey guys, welcome back to my little vlog about my spiritual path. This is the email from last night's segment, part two of my spiritual path, which I should change the name of it because it's more it's just all over the place, like me, like my brain, like my freaking coffee that I'm drinking because I'm addicted to it. Um, I I'm starting this group in Springfield called Pagan Pantheons, and it's going to be like a book club slash study group, just to like. That's going to be the premise, but mainly I want to do this because Springfield has no pagan community at all. It's just not that I found anyway. I'm sure there's groups that meet secretively in the woods at night in Forest Park, etc., or not. But it occurred to me that if I'm starting this group, then people are going to look to me for knowledge, and if I'm going to give people knowledge, I want it to be correct knowledge, and which brought me to my next point of needing to be able to give them good information that's accurate and not send them on their way with false information. So Blue Fire Witch, whom I absolutely adore, is very smart woman. She's very intelligent, and she has an answer for everything. So I emailed her with my questions, and she promptly emailed me back with a good answer, and it actually made me change my outlook on Wicca. But I just wanted to sort of touch on what I wrote and on what she wrote. And the email goes sort of like, so I'm starting a Wiccan Pagan study group here in Springfield, Mass. It's called Pagan Pantheons. I have about a dozen people interested in joining because I want to be a good group leader. I am trying to become as informed as possible because the path I walk is my own. Granted, it's a pagan path. It's very, very eclectic. Because I am so diverse in my beliefs, sort of like a jack of all trades, master of none. I wanted to refresh myself on certain things so I can decide where I want to take the group. I also wanted to comment on one of your videos, because let's face it, I'm addicted to your videos, and now you're stuck with me. It's nice to have someone who knows what the hell she's talking about on a deeper level, the whys and what it is you're doing instead of just the meaningless shell of ritual and worship. I also wanted to know if you've checked out insert name of traditional witchcraft website here. I'm not going to send you guys there because I don't want to start anything, and it's just because it's actually really, I was not offended, but I was like, oh my god, are you serious? I can't believe they're saying this. Let's see. I wanted to research traditional witchcraft versus traditional Wicca versus eclectic Wicca because I don't believe eclectic Wicca should be a religion. Practitioners of traditional witchcraft don't believe in deities. The fact that Gardner added a god and goddess dualist aspect of divinity to his form of witchcraft, or traditional witchcraft as it is known today. Since the mysteries... or traditional Wicca as it is known today. This is in quotes by... Since the mysteries are such all-encompassing realizations, we have to break them down to discuss them meaningfully. The first division that Gardnerians use is that of God and Goddess. Simply put, the Goddess is the mother who brings life, and the God is the horned one of death. Goddess is the moon, God is the sun, Goddess is earth, God is sky. It is through their union that all things come into being, and it is their union which creates the whole, which is the divine. That's taken from tradwicca.org. What is Gardnerianism? And also, Wicca... This is another quote from a different website. Wicca has gone from a definable set of practices, a secret society, and a sacred priesthood to a fluff bunny, sugar, and flowers hodgepodge of pagan practices. Wicca has gone from a discipline to a feel-good opiate for people who skim over a book that they got from Barnes & Noble and then declare themselves the heirs to a heritage they have not taken any time to learn. That's taken from geocities.com/Soho /square /7290 /the excuse me, Keep Wicca Traditional Ribbon Campaign. Okay. Basically, what I'm trying to say, and I know you'll have a rebuttal for it even before you're done reading this, I have said this for a long time, It's like baking a cake. You put all the same ingredients in, you just add a few, you get 2 different cakes. That's the general idea of the whole thing. I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes, and that was a big one. That was needs to be a big cutout. What I'm saying is that you can't take Wicca, omit things, add things, change it all around by adding different deities, different ritual structures, different magical styles, and still call it Wicca. The same thing happened with Catholicism and Lutheranism. The split between Lutherans and Roman Catholic Church arose mainly over the doctrine of justification before God. That's taken from Wikipedia.com keyword Lutheranism. When you change the doctrine, you don't you don't categorize it with the original anymore. When you change Wicca around, it needs to become eclectic paganism because Wicca has already been established with a sun and sky, father, death god, and a moon, earth, mother, life goddess. By no means is this an attempt to say you're not awesome, because you are. I just wanted to make it a point that I think it's very relevant about labels, because when you say, oh, I'm a Roman Wiccan, blah, 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 doesn't matter. There are some points on the website that I was wondering if you could touch on, because I know you're all smart with that humanities with focus on religion degree. Back in the day, when trad witchcraft started, why would these trad witches not have prayed to the gods and goddesses of their region? Because the people on the website say trad witches don't believe in deities, and there is the text. So I want to know, where's the text and the evidence that supports that these people wouldn't have worshipped a goddess and a god just because they practice the craft of the wise? Why would they not? Because I can do it. I practice witchcraft, and I still can honor my deities. So I don't understand why they're all like holier than thou about no deities. We just do our witchcraft. We use our herbs. We don't cast no circles. Like, what the fuck? Why do you think you're better than everybody? So that's basically the general idea. I got sick of reading it because I've read it like 17 times today because whatever. And then her response, which I think is freaking awesome. I'm just gonna check the time here real quick. Okay, I got 3 minutes. I told you to do it in 3 minutes, so hold on. Okay, this is her response, which I thought was freaking awesome, and it changed my whole my whole opinion on everything. Now I have to reevaluate my whole spiritual thing, and yeah. So okay, I sure do have a rebuttal for it. Basically, it's this: Gardner himself followed a Jungian and Campbellian philosophy, advocating the mixing of the pantheons. He also fully allowed the likes of Ray Buckland, Z. Budapest, Alexanders, and others to do what they willed with the Wiccan belief structure, which is fully borrowed from several different places. The original philosophy of Wicca was that it wasn't tied to one pantheon, but to all indigenous and occult religions. Read Meaning of Witchcraft by G.B. Gardner. I might have to pick that up. So it's all what Gardner devised. Gardner wanted covens to break off and do their own thing. That's what Wicca was and is about. That's my philosophy. That's her philosophy. I've heard basically the same argument from everyone who disagrees with me. Any religions simply... excuse me, I'm so excited. That's my philosophy. I've heard basically the same argument from everyone who disagrees with me, and religions simply evolve, and that's a good thing for the most part. Wicca is going through what is now called the dilemma of mixed motivation, according to Thomas O'Dea. All religions experience this. This can be correlated to the growing pains of the Mormon Church, which underwent many changes, including doctrine, belief, and conduct during the first 100 years. We are currently within our first 100 years and are entitled to different motivations for faith. This is why I changed my major to humanities and started taking so many religious and philosophy classes. It really helps when it comes down to understanding one's religion, and I plan to write a book about it. Blessings. Okay, 50 seconds. I have read dozens and dozens and dozens of books, and I have kept the same mentality for the last 7 years about Wicca. And you know what? I'm just going to cut this off right now because I don't want to go over 10 minutes. This is going to be part 3. See, who knew there was going to be a part 3? Okay, thanks. And blessings. Blessed be. Namaste. Ciao.